Hi, it's Gina at Tarot in Time in Kent, Connecticut, and I'm here to give you your tarot reading for the week of October 12th. So I have three piles in front of me. Pile number one is using doTERRA lemon oil. So lemon oil is the oil of focus, and it's also such a refreshing scent. So that's pile number one. Pile number two, we have doTERRA's blend called Balance, and it's the grounding blend, and it is one of my favorites with a lot of trees, essential oils from trees that have a really grounding effect on the body. And then we have this other blend called On Guard, and this is the protective blend, immune system protection. Wonderful essential oil to be diffusing this time of year. So go ahead and pick your pile and we'll get started here. I'm going to begin with pile number one, lemon oil, matched with this lovely yellow cards here. I'm using a few different decks today. I have two here. One is the Before Tarot, which is this one, and one is called After Tarot. So they're kind of based on the Rider-Waite, but they're a minute before and a minute after. So let's see what we have here for lemon. All right, so we're starting right in with the Two of Cups. So this week is going to have a lot to do with relationships. And I'm not just talking about love relationships, I'm talking about any kind of relationship, friends, work partners, all sorts of things. And so we know that in the Rider-Waite deck, they're going to come together, they're going to drink from their cups, but here it's the approach. And so there may be new people coming into your life this week. This is a good time to take a pause and really take a breath or two before you jump right into the new relationship. Now we have the Six of Swords. Typically this card you see the woman and another person leaving town, basically. And this is, just boarding the ship or the little boat. So Six of Swords is six of air, and basically it's often a card that shows movement. Some kind of movement usually comes up if you're making an actual move. And so this is the time to start thinking about where you want to go and who you want to go with. We have the Six of Pentacles. It's like money is being handed out. So you're going to be thinking about your spending, how you're spending it in relationships, how you're spending it in travel, and be open to receiving, because you don't have to just be the person giving. You can also be the person receiving. So be open for that. We have two sixes in a row. It's interesting. Let's see what else we get here. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords. I love how there's a butterfly up at the top of the sword, because the Queen of Swords often gets kind of a bad rap of like being sometimes a little harsh, or just having to make the rules or set boundaries with people that you might not want to have to do. But this shows that even if you have to do that, you can still do it with a gentleness. So the Queen of Swords cuts away the things that no longer work. She's also known to be a writer, or in some kind of form of communication, some kind of art that has to do with communication. So remembering that even when you're in a position to make big decisions this week, you can still do it with a gentleness. We have the Four of Pentacles here. So I would be careful with your spending this week. There are things coming up that may require you to spend later. And so I would be holding on, be open again to receiving, and make sure that you're not over committing in your spending. And here's the Eight of Wands. Especially in relationships, because often the Eight of Wands is referred to as like the honeymoon card. So just be careful as far as the plans that you're making, how much you're spending on trips, how much you're spending in the relationships that you're in. And then kind of going back to the lemon, that is the oil of focus. So just kind of focusing and maybe not getting so caught up in what we want and getting a little bit more down to earth of just keeping an eye on your finances. And we're going to go into these lovely, I love these owls on here. This is the Forest of Enchantment deck. So we have the Seven of Boons, they call it, but it's traditionally called the Seven of Pentacles. And so look at all the doors. There's so many choices. There's so many opportunities, but there's also a lot of unknown, what's behind each door. But it's nice to have choices. Also have the Strength card. So this is your first major arcana coming up. Fantastic one. Look at her partner there. I would think you would feel pretty safe having that creature next to you. So whatever needs to be tackled this week, you have the strength and the power to do it. You're guided and protected, but there's still like this sense of this gentleness. Like even though there's decisions to be made and there's boundaries to be made, there's a gentleness. You can be a fierce creature without being harsh. We have the Keeper of Boons. This is the King of Pentacles in his little crystal cave here. He looks happy to see you. And again, the gentleness is coming in. Like that is a badger that he's petting. And badgers aren't known to be the friendliest of creatures, but his gentleness invites in all sorts of different beings. And so to have that groundedness, also the King of Pentacles, he's very well off. He's saved. I'm getting that there, you might want to be saving this week and less frivolous spending. You could still have fun though. Here's the Two of Pipes, Two of Wands. This is the Medicine Woman deck, and I love this one. So taking the time again to she's smoking her peace pipe there. What are you putting in your pipe? Who are you with? Who are you sharing these experiences with? She's pretty solo in here. Looks like kind of staying close to home, as most of us have been lately. But there's kind of a peacefulness that you have, enjoying what you already have. There's so much there, and there's such a nice calmness to being home. Here's the Nine of Bowls, Nine of Cups. Again, another kind of implication of like a honeymoon or some kind of traveling. So what I'm getting is that like there are going to be things coming up for you. There's going to be travel. There's going to be expenses coming up. And now is a good time to be saving for that. So you can, when the opportunity comes, you can jump and have this beautiful experience. Oh yeah. Ace of Bowls, Ace of Cups, traditionally called, water element. There's such satisfaction that goes with this card. So finding the satisfaction in your own home and your own space without having to go spend more, and then getting a chance to be able to do that later. A lot of opportunities opening for you. Here we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is from the Tattoo Tarot. There's so much available. Now we do have the Tower card coming in. This is your second major arcana that's come up. So that was kind of the feeling that I was getting before with this card, was there are going to be things coming up. There's going to be unexpected events. And you want to be prepared to be able to have the cash on hand when you need it. So just, there's not much you can do to prepare for the Tower. It's going to strike when it strikes. It's very unpredictable. It's ruled by Uranus. So just be prepared. The best thing you can do is just have a few dollars set aside, saved up. And we have the Hermit. And the Hermit being your third major arcana that came up here for pile number one. The Hermit's always searching for truth. An inward search can be, and also often a card of getting on the road too. So right now, the message that I'm receiving is stay home a little more this week. Save up a little more. Appreciate what you have. You have so much. There's opportunities coming. There is going to be a little bit of unexpected events that may cause you to need a couple extra dollars in your pocket. But you also have so much. And so just really take this week to take a minute out to really appreciate what you already have and prepare that there's going to be some movement coming up, and be ready to jump when that happens. And if you have lemon oil and you can diffuse it, it smells so good. It's so refreshing and cleansing. And so while you're at home, this would be a great oil to be diffusing. Clear your space and get ready for some wonderful things to come in, because I do see travel coming. Okay, I'm going to pull a couple more cards for you here. I'm going to pull from this Oracle deck, Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. We're actually going to be getting these in stock this week. And so let's see what we have here. This says, Direction Guardian, choose your path. So you have the choice. It reminds me kind of this one with all the doors. There's a lot of choices. It's nice to have choices. And so you get to choose whichever way you want to go, but I would take a little pause and see again who you want to be doing that with and which direction that you want to go in. And I'm going to pull one more of those. And the Medicine Guardian, be open to healing information. So take that time, spend some time at home, be open to receiving information. Sometimes when we can actually be home and not resent it, a lot of healing work can be done there. So go through some of your stuff that you have, if you haven't already done that all through COVID. And really, I'm just feeling like this cleansing. The lemon is so cleansing. And so be open. Let information come to you, and then you're making space for a lot of future travel. I'm going to pull one of these essential oil cards and see if there's any other oil that we can mix in for you. Cilantro. That's a really strong one, but I'm just going to read you its message. Relax and take a deep centering breath. Connect with the peace and comfort that exist at your heart center. Release for a moment the constant thinking and obsessing. Observe any thoughts centered around controlling other people. These fixations and repetitive thoughts drive peace from you and move you further from your goals and dreams. Today, I choose to become aware of and release counterproductive thought patterns. Okay. Well, pile number one, have a great week. There's good things coming for you. Now we are going to move on to pile number two. And that is with our wonderful balance oil. This is the oil that I use pretty much every day. When I'm getting ready in the morning, I put it on my feet, just part of the process of getting ready, because the tree oils are so grounding, and I have a tendency to get a little anxious and a little caught up in my head. It just kind of pulls your energy down. It smells fabulous. So some of the ingredients are, it definitely has frankincense, blue tansy, spruce, chamomile, a couple others. So wonderful, wonderful blend and help us stay grounded. So let's see what we have ahead for the week for you. Pile number two. Well, we're starting off pretty sweetly here with the Ace of Cups. I've gotten it in both piles now. I like that. So Ace of Cups, I love to think of aces as high, but they're really a one, right? So there's something new. I feel like they're so lucky though. So there's some lucky, wonderful emotions coming in this week that are really satisfying. This little fish is jumping out there. And this is being handed to you. You can see this hand is coming out of the clouds. So it's just, it's the universe is offering you this chance of satisfaction. So you might want to take it. And we're following up with the star, starting off strong here with an ace and a major arcana. So the star comes in after the Tower card. And we've already spoken about the Tower card. Unpredictable change, unpredictable events. And the star comes in afterwards. And it's a card of healing, a card of hope. And I love to think of it too as like the Tower kind of just pushes away all the things that don't work. And sometimes that's really not easy. We aren't always ready to let go of the things that don't work. But the Tower comes in and takes it. And when the star comes next as the next teacher, there's like this cleanse that's happened. She's naked, she's purified, and she's finding the balance at the next portion of her life. So it's also the star. So there's a lot of luck and blessings that come with that. And so I think you're off to a good start this week. That's funny. This card is called Balance. I did not look at any of these cards before I picked them. And this is a major arcana. This is Justice. But in this deck, this Medicine Woman deck, it's called Balance. So really, balance is a theme for you for sure. It's card number 11. So in numerology, card number 11 would be considered a 2. So there's balance in your relationships. There's balance in your life. You can see these little couple down here balancing their whole world. So you have help. Accept the help. And you're off to a really, really strong start here. Okay, so we have the 9 of Swords coming in. It's interesting. It has Saturn tattooed on one arm, sign for Saturn, and looks like a 2 on the other one. So Saturn, it makes the rules. Very, very much about rules and the way things should be, and can be like a kind of strict feeling. And then you've got the 2. So the 2 being kind of reflecting back to the Justice card, having the number 11, 2. So working with others, following the rules, and it's hard to follow the rules. But over time, when you work with Saturn, over time, great success comes. So you've got some extremes of great satisfaction starting out the week, this purification that's happened, things have been cleared out of your way. You have some help in balancing out your life, but you do have to follow the rules. And this card is often referred to as the nightmare card. There's a lot of thoughts going on. Let's keep it simple. A lot of these thoughts are things that really aren't going to really ever happen. And so, sorry about that. Something just fell in the other room. Try to just know that it's kind of like a waste of energy, that you're thinking these thoughts about things that, I know it's easier said than done to be like, oh, stop thinking that thought. But if you can just realize that you're on kind of a waste of energy loop, thinking some thoughts, if you can just kind of take a pause and say, you know what, I need to set that one aside for a while. I think it can bring you more success, and you just need to stay focused and keep working, keep following the rules until you don't have to. That's kind of what I'm getting from that. But you do have help. We have the King of Cups here, the Keeper of Visions. This is the Enchanted Forest deck. He's the king of emotions, and he can handle them. He knows when to get involved and when not to. So again, picking and choosing your thoughts, picking and choosing the emotions that you're going to give yourself to, that you're going to give your energy to. There's the Knight of Cups, called the Apprentice of Cups. And he has support. He has support in learning how to process emotions, how to grieve, how to process, really. And it's nice to see there's helpful friends here for you. There's the ability to process the grief, process whatever's happened, because it feels like the tower kind of has already hit, and now you're dealing with the cleanup. You have help, and you have a choice of which thoughts you want to give your energy to. Another Ace, Ace of Pentacles. It's beautiful. What's of value to you? Where do you want to put your energy? What is of value to you this week? I see a lot of luck on your side. And then it keeps flip-flopping. Like there's these opportunities, there's this luck, there's help, but there's this exhaustion. And if you keep giving your energy away to these thoughts that are just running you ragged, I don't even think all these thoughts belong to you. I think they're other people's voices of what their shoulds and coulds. It's exhausting for you. So you may have to do some naps this week and stay grounded and make a conscious choice on who you're going to listen to and who you're not. There's another Apprentice. This one's of arrows. So that would be the air energy. Right on point. Again, helpful friends helping you right on point. There's a lot of like mother energy, like nurturing. She's pointing the way. She's teaching. Here's the King of Cups again. This is the minute before. This cup is being handed to him. Allow things to be handed to you. There's a lot of the aces I feel like are being handed to you. The King of Cups is being handed the cup. Let people help you. Pick and choose your emotions. Pick and choose the thoughts you're going to think. Here's the Knight of Wands. He's up for a good time. Here's the Eight of Pentacles. She's like measuring her pentacle. It's pretty cool. So get busy. She's like studying and really staying busy doing what she wants to do, the things that interest her. So I would try to take my energy back from where it's being wasted, where it's being given to others that don't appreciate it, where you're exhausting yourself, and allow yourself to take this energy that's being handed to you and have a good time. Put it into the studies that you want to put it into. Go have fun when you want to have fun, because if you're giving it away to everyone, you're not even going to have the energy to go do anything. So take it back. Nine of Spells, which would be Nine of Wands. She's making boundaries. She's making her magic circle there. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. You have enough energy to do what you want. You're giving it away to the wrong people. So Child of Spells, which would be the Page of Wands. He can make magic, and he wants to go and have fun. He lives in that magical world. It's time for you to have some fun. It's the Knight of Pentacles. So what's valuable to you? Your energy needs to be valuable enough to you where you will set proper boundaries with other people so that you're not up at night, not sleeping, having nightmares, exhausted. Take it back. Use it for what you want, for the studies that you want, for the fun that you want to have. Allow help in. There's people that want to help you. Whatever happened, things that fell apart, you're in the cleanup mode now. That's over. And now the best thing you can do is be a little selfish. I love the expression, self-care isn't selfish. And that's for you this week. Have fun, nurture yourself, take a bath, take a nap, pick up the book, take the time out for the studies that you want to do, and get out and have some fun if you can. And stop giving yourself away. Okay, I'm going to pull a couple oracle cards for you. Star Ancestor. Follow the voice of your soul. And you already had the star. Let's do one more. Oracle, wait for important information. So maybe don't rush into decisions this week. Take the time to nurture yourself. Take the time to get your energy back. And then when something important comes up, you'll have the energy to be able to act. What if it's something amazing that you want to go do, but you're too tired because you're not sleeping, right? So start thinking about yourself. Let's see if there's any other essential oil for you this week. Tea tree. All right. So Melaleuca. And it's funny. The first thing it says is focus on your energetic boundaries. We just talked about that, right? Energetic boundaries. In what ways are you giving too much energy to people and situations? Notice where in your life the exchange of benefits does not feel balanced. Funny. Do we have the balance card in here? Yeah. Balance. Third reference to it. These imbalances are clues to your growth and reflect your misperceptions around receiving and worthiness. You can transform these patterns through understanding that you are infinitely worthy. Today I choose to transform energetic imbalances. Yes, today you're going to choose, this week, you're going to choose you. And that's good, and that's okay, and that's not selfish. Okay. And we have balance oil in stock here, $28 a bottle. It's a great one. And just message us if you have interest. And we're going to move on to pile 3. We have On Guard. So cinnamon and clove and rosemary. I think there's wild orange in there too. It's really strong. You do not need a lot of this. This is a great one in the diffuser. It's also really fabulous to put on the bottom of your feet, especially if you feel like you're going to get a cold or something, because they say the bottom of your feet, you absorb it into your bloodstream the quickest. So, and it's a great one to clean with too. Through this whole COVID thing, we've been cleaning our space with On Guard products. Okay, so let's see what we have for the week coming up ahead for pile number 3. We're starting off strong here. The Fool. Seed. So most of you are familiar with tarot, but just in case, the whole premise of tarot is the Fool, the Fool's journey, right? He's card 0, and he goes out and he meets the next 21 teachers, and each one teaches him an important life lesson, and they're those life lessons that keep repeating until we get them. So here you are, card number 0. And the seeds are just being sown. Anything's possible. The Fool is divinely guided, right? He's connected to his higher power directly and receives the messages directly. So be open to receive those messages and really pay attention to those impulses. And I'm not talking about like buying the new shoes that you want, but I'm talking about those impulses that say, maybe go here or go look over there, and give it a try. See what happens. I've done meditations before where you go and you take a walk and you just turn spontaneously wherever you want to. You can even do it while driving a car. Take a left here. I feel like I'm gonna go right here. And just see what happens. Because the Fool listens to that voice, right? Listens to that inner voice. No, we're going straight in here with 2 major arcanas. This is the Death card. It's called the Black Shook. And Death card is not a card to be afraid of. This is a card of transformation. And you can see, looking into his eyes, the power there. So there is a time, follow your intuition, follow those little feelings that you get of, maybe this is what I want to do. Maybe this is the way I want to go. Start planting seeds. And death, be open to the transformation. Be open that now is a time that things are going to start shifting for you. Here's the 9 of Cups. This is in the minute before. So he's filling all the cups with water. Or we think it's water. Right? So you have plenty, your cups are full. Full of emotion, full of opportunity. You fill it with whatever you want. You have lots of choices. Oh, we got some aces here. Ace of Wands. Look how pretty that is. It's almost like that castle is like right coming off the top of her head. There's some new opportunities coming. And she's looking good and ready for it. There's the 4 of Stones, 4 of Pentacles. Busy, she looks like she's making jewelry. Kind of has a look in her eye like she's really inward, really listening to what's going on inside. Pay attention to that voice inside of you. Is it your voice, or is it your mother's, or is it your father's? Pay attention to the voice that's your intuition. Here's the Hanged Man. So there'll be some delays this week, and they're there for a reason. So when you try to resist it, just remember you're going to be delayed, but there's something that you're going to receive in that delay. There's nothing negative happening to him. He's actually has a beam of light around his head, right? So there's like this enlightenment that happens in the pause. And the change needs to come through the pause. It's the 5 of Cups, 5 of Bowls. Someone walking away. So all you can do is offer your love, offer your emotions, and it's up to that person if they're going to take it or not. And this may be a good week to kind of change your perspective a little bit on relationships or what has happened or why one didn't work out. Try to see it through a different perspective, different light. Here's the Emperor getting ready to sit down on his throne there. So this is your 4th major arcana. The Emperor has a job to do. He's been assigned that job and he does it well. He's connected directly to his higher power, just like the Fool is. No middleman. You are in a position of power, in a position of connection. Another major arcana called the Fairy Wind, but it's the Chariot. So I do see delays in some regards. The transformation will come through the delay, but then there's this forward movement. And it's funny too, because they're kind of transforming from the fairy, and at one point it looks like a horse, but it's full speed ahead. So there's going to be delays and full speed ahead. It'll be both extremes. Here's the 8 of Swords being held. And almost like held by your thoughts. And I'm feeling like someone that has left your life, I'm seeing it as a breakup, kind of bound to these thoughts. And there's something that needs to be examined there of what happened so you can release it and move forward because there's new opportunities coming in for you. It's kind of like stop filling your cup over and over again with the same kind of old story. You're ready for a change with that. There's a transformation available for you. Here's the Queen of Cups. Queen of Emotion. She'll pick and choose what she wants to feel. And it's time to pick you and stop lingering about the relationship that failed. If this isn't a love, I'm seeing it as a love relationship, but could also be a deep, like a friendship that had a lot of love. So 4 of Boons, 4 of Pentacles. You're just not going to be everybody's cup of tea or everybody's pie, as this one shows. There's going to be people you're just not going to align with, and that's okay. But there's going to be people that you do. And there's your people. 3 of Cups. Celebration. And there's the Lovers. So as much as the Lovers is about love and relationships and all that great stuff, it's a Gemini card, right? Gemini is an air sign. It rules the mind. It's very quick thinking. And there's the apple. She's offering the apple to Adam, right? And we know what became of that. So go slow. Take a few breaths before you jump into making a decision, right? Because we know that relationships set us up they set up our whole lives, who we choose to be with. Take a pause. Work through what happened in the last relationship. Be open to planting new seeds, but let's not just jump right in, okay? And then you've got the Queen of Cups again. There she is twice. It's really examining. Looks like she's really examining that contraption there. So just because you can feel a lot of emotion for someone or someone you meet this week or someone you're having a really fun time with, just remember to take the pause, to not just jump in, but kind of just ponder it for a little bit and really take the opportunity to let yourself have a little bit of a transformation this week. There's going to be opportunities. There's going to be things offered to you. I'm seeing it as relationships offered to you. And that might be really tempting to jump right in because there's been a lot of feelings of not finding the right people or working a lot and not being able to find the right person. But you don't want to just have the same results again, right? So we want to allow the transformation to happen. So I'm getting like mixed, like there's extremes of delay and then there is movement. So examine the thoughts that are going on. Examine, kind of in the center of the whole thing is the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Bowls. This relationship, whatever the parting of ways was, I think you're still kind of holding on to it. There might even be like a little bit of a harshness about it in your heart. And there's kind of like almost like an eagerness to just move on and have the next relationship, but you don't want the next relationship to just be cut and paste onto the new one. And that's what happens if we don't clear up what was going on. So follow your intuition. Maybe try that idea of just going and turning the way, driving or walking or something. Just follow your intuition. Take a look at your thoughts that are going on. Take a look about how you're kind of in a loop of just kind of thinking those thoughts and allow these new opportunities to come in, but take a few good breaths. Also know that we're going to start, Mercury retrograde is going to start later this week. So major decisions, we're starting to go into a time where major decisions, you're not going to want to make them so much during this time. There's kind of like there's missing information. There's, during retrograde, you kind of want to check things like 3 times. And so I would be careful about jumping right into something new. Give it a little time, see how it feels. Because you got the Queen of Cups twice. See how it feels. Maintain your position of power that I will ponder it, I will think it, I'll feel it out and see if it feels right. Because if you jump right in, I don't see really great outcome coming from that. So On Guard, your oil, your protective blend, and not only just protecting your immune system, but protecting your energy field. Okay, and so let's pull a couple more. Let's pull some oracles here. The High Priest, intend and create. And so really putting the energy on intending your intentions, thinking, really feeling, like I feel like now would be a really good time for you to like do like a vision board or some kind of meditation where you're just like feeling about what you want and that it's coming to you. But I feel like it's coming to you at a little later date. And the great teacher, learn from spiritual experiences, right? And it kind of makes me feel like learn from this experience, this Adam and Eve experience. If he had paused and thought about the repercussions of eating that apple, things would have turned out differently, right? So learn from the past experiences. Let's not repeat that again. I'm going to pull an essential oil card, see what else comes up for you this week. And it's time. Yay. We're named after time. Okay, focus on forgiving yourself for stumbling. Forgive yourself for struggling. Forgive yourself for being human and making mistakes. Allow repressed feelings of resentment towards yourself and others to surface, and visualize white and golden light surrounding these feelings. See them dissolving and transforming into insight and wisdom. Feel the freedom of this release. Today I choose to release resentment and feel free. And it does kind of tie in with what we were saying. Allow this transformation to take place. Allow it to transform you. So when you go into your next relationship, friend or love, you come in cleaner. You come in with less resentment, less of just bringing the past into the present, and less of being stuck in that loop. And so, yeah, I think you can have a great week. Just breathe before you jump. Okay. Have a great week. Thank you. Bye-bye.